Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Antonio checking in at the top of the morning. Just dropped my daughter off from school. I thought I'd make a quick video, you know, about one of the books that's been helping me along my journey, along my alignment, because the universe will reveal signs of alignment. And a lot of these books that I come across are just intuitively led. Like, I might be watching some content, somebody might mention a book, it might stand out to me, I might check it out, or I might just be in a bookstore just going through a book, and whatever book stand out to me intuitively, I just I grab it. And like I mentioned in my last book, I know the one time that I did just randomly open this book, this is one of those books where it's like you really gotta dive deep into it. Oh man, I just lost my page. Okay, I got it back. But this book also focuses on the different universal laws. And if you get these laws down pat, you can govern your life accordingly. And when I say the universal laws, it talks about the law of vibration, polarity, rhythm, causation, gender, mental gender, and the whole thing about the Kabbalion, it says the universe is mental. All is in the mind. Not the brain, but the mind. And, one of the back pages that stood out to me, what I've been talking about with you guys, is to change your mood or mental state, you got to change your vibration. Now I'm going to read what it says. One may change his mental vibrations by an effort of will in the direction of deliberately fixing the attention upon a more desirable state. I was just talking to you guys about that, the law of polarity. Will directs the attention, and attention changes the vibration. Cultivate the art of attention by the means of will, and you will have solved the secret of the mastery of moods and mental states. Now, this is where meditation comes into play, people, because you want to have the will. You have the will to meditate, to not meditate. But depending on your subconscious programming, you may not even have the will. You might just be so resistant, and that's okay. You can change that. That's just self-sabotage. We can change that. But you develop this will to meditate. And when you meditate, you calm your mind down. If you meditate in your mind all over the place, you can't focus, that means you have a lack of attention. And it's okay, because you can continually meditate and develop an attention span, a longer attention span. And when you develop this attention, you're able to focus. You see what I'm saying? And when you're able to focus, you're able to directly target your desired state. You can direct your energy to pretty much whatever state you desire. Like it said here, your will directs the attention, and the attention changes the vibration. And the reason why I feel like your attention changes your vibration is because now you've become aware of what works. Now you become aware of, I'm normally on a lower vibration, but I notice the more I place my attention on these type of activities or these visuals or developing this mindset, I feel this way. And I notice when I think these thoughts, when that fear, that doubt, when I just think opposite of what I desire, I notice I feel this kind of way. That's that attention changing your vibration. And you got to constantly focus and put your attention on, just the visuals, the things that you desire inwardly, because all is mental. So when you find yourself off track you should always have a formula, a method, or a visual, or something that you do to get yourself back on track. Like for me, sometimes I have visuals, like if I'm doubt, fear, worry, or now I can feel it creeping up. Like if I get too anxious, sometimes if I get too excited and too anxious, like, oh man, my goals, I'm just so excited about my goals that the fact that I'm so anxious and so excited is like a part of me a creep in, like, you know that ain't real, right? As soon as that part comes, you got to immediately nip it in the bud. And you got to really, like, for me, I stop and I take breathers, you know? Like I say, my recent breather that I've been doing is like, I'll inhale. And as I'm inhaling, I say wealth mentally. And then as I exhale, I say abundance mentally. And it keeps me in harmony, because that doubt, that fear, that resistance, it will kick in. But you have to really focus your attention on what it is that you want. It's going to be difficult at first because it's something new. It's something that you don't normally do, you know, and if you don't meditate, your attention is probably all over the board, you know. It just is what it is. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that you have lack of attention. And through meditation, through the will to meditate, you're going to learn to calm your mind down. And after you calm your mind down, you can direct your attention. And once you direct your attention to whatever state that it is you desire, then your vibration changes. It's going to constantly elevate. And the more your vibration elevates, you're going to emit a higher and higher frequency. And then that's when, by default, that's when things will just, you know, tend to go your way. You may even seem like you feel a little lucky, or, you know, you're in the right place at the right time. You know, you got that call you've been looking for. You closed that deal you've been looking for. I mean, you came across some money and you weren't even looking for it. You know, it's things like that by default. Just by being on that frequency or that vibration and emitting that frequency, just by default, things will go just as if they were perfect. But on a polar opposite end, when you're on a lower vibration, hey, you're emitting a lower frequency, and by default, things happen. Get a flat tire, got rolled up at work, you know, just account overdraft. It just happens. And it also has this another quote that I want to elaborate or read to you guys. To destroy an undesirable rate of mental vibration, put into operation the principle of polarity and concentrate upon the opposite pole to that which you desire to suppress. Kill out the undesirable by changing its polarity. That's exactly what I was telling you guys in the last video. Now y'all see, like, a lot of this stuff, what I read, like, I got to start taking my reference in my notes so you guys know, like, a lot of this stuff I can point you back to where I read it. So it's not just like, oh, I'm just a mumble jumble talking. No, you got to really think the polar opposite of what you desire. So if you in a bad relationship, mentally you're going to have to put your attention on having a healthy relationship. And that relationship you in could work out. If you work in a job that you don't like, hey, you got to visualize and get in that mental state of the polar opposite. You got to put your attention towards this. Because if you don't, it's like a pendulum. It's going to keep swinging back and forth, and you got to learn how to keep it going in the direction that you want. And it also goes on to say, this is one of the most important of the Hermetic formulas. It is based upon true scientific principles. We have shown you that a mental state and its opposite were merely the two poles of one thing, and that by mental transmutation, the polarity might be reversed. This is mental alchemy. This is mental transmutation. You know, you gotta constantly shift. It's kind of like a thermostat. You know, when a thermostat go from cold to hot, it don't just go straight hot. You know, it go from 73, 74, 75, 76, 77. But at what point does it really get hot? You know, we don't really know, but you know, gradually it goes from cold to hot. Just like gradually you gotta go from lack to abundance. That's all you got. And that's why you got to cultivate daily. That's why you got to wake up and meditate. Meditate when you wake up, meditate before you go to sleep. And before you go to sleep, actually visualize a scene or whatever it is that you desire. Just visualize. Use your imagination. You got to do this daily, because the daily work, that's you gradually going from lack to abundance. Every day that you do the work, lack to abundance. And the days you don't do the work, you just stagnant. You might actually go back a little bit, but you want to every day do that work. And all you got to do every day is just meditate. I mean, it's more to it than just meditate, but meditation is a good start to receive your alignment, because the more you align, the more you are becoming more and more merged with your desired state of reality. And I'm actually gonna do some more from this book, because I want you guys to see the things I study. You know, like I said, a lot of things that I do are definitely experience, but I can also have proof and references where you guys can go back and get your own, I guess your own, what the word I'm looking for, get your own, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? You guys get your own, I guess your own input, you know, you get your own experience, you know, you get your own, just get your own input from it, you know, because what I might get from it, you may not get from it. You might be able to get something from it and teach me. So, and a lot of times when people got things, they should be able to show you proof, even if it's, whether it's experience or some type of reference, you know, it should be some type of receipt. And here is my receipt, what I was just talking about in my last video, or what I talk about all together. So y'all check out the Kabbalion. I got plenty other books that I want to talk about, but right now we might just stick to the Kabbalion and just let you guys see how we can dive deeper, how we can use your attention to change your vibration. But it starts with the will, and you have to have the will to change, the will to meditate, the will to really go from lack to abundance. And I'm about to go and get the rest of my day started. My eyes still a little heavy from sleeping, but hey, we in the game. We're doing it. Hey, in the meantime, between time, y'all be good. Y'all be great. Peace.